Hey, this is Sumner at GroupSolver. Today I'm going to be reviewing the consensus solution visualization. This report is very good for being able to identify connections between the open-ended responses in the data set. We're able to create this using the correlation matrices that are developed on the back end when participants are going through the agree disagree evaluation process when interacting with one of our AI open ends within our surveys. So this study that we're looking at here is just an internal marketing study we did around travel during COVID-19, and it does a pretty good job of showcasing the visualization and the different connections that you're able to identify in the data set through those correlation metrics. So it's very similar to all our other visualizations in that we are able to identify themes. It's very similar to the AI open-end report or the IntelliSegment or any of the others. You are able to go into the settings and choose the data set, adjust the way that the report looks based on width and colors, and you can sort and filter the different responses to make it less cluttered or have additional responses. Today, I'm going to focus on what's different about this report, which is the central statement category. So for the consensus solution, you're able to go into the data set and choose a statement from the data pool to represent the center point that all of the other responses will then populate around depending on how correlated they are with it. So I'll go ahead and choose a few different central statements so you can see how the responses adjust based on which central statement is chosen. So let's use this one. You're able to see that central statement is Z, which I just selected. Now all of the other responses are populating around statement Z depending on how correlated they are with it. So statement R, for example, you'll notice that it has a 0.87 correlation, which means if someone agreed with statement Z, it's also very, very likely that they agreed with statement R as well. And then as you get further and further away from that central statement, the responses become less and less correlated with it. So what's also interesting about this visualization is that not only are we measuring how correlated each of those responses is to the central statement, we're also measuring how correlated they are to one another. So statement Y and AA, for example, while they are not particularly correlated with statement Z, they are fairly correlated with one another, which is why they're clustered together like this. So statement CK is the same. Statements F, S, H, D, U are all clustered together and therefore highly correlated with one another. So what this visualization is great for is being able to identify new segments, not necessarily based on demographic or psychographic data, but instead based on which ideas are most likely to be agreed with in conjunction with one another, and starting to kind of tell a deeper story using that information. So another one of our visualizations that allows you to do something very unique and that would be very difficult to do with any other platform. Thanks so much for listening, and we look forward to finding an opportunity to build one of these reports with one of your studies. Talk to you soon.